massage parlor sting, shielding herself from our cameras.
Plus, the local man accused of attacking his mother over a mannequin.
And tonight's the calm before the big storm. Tomorrow's gusty winds. The latest on the big change in our weather pattern in South Florida's certified most accurate forecast.
First here at 11, runoff election results are in tonight, and there is a major shakeup in city leadership for Riviera Beach. Good evening, I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. Thomas Masters, the longtime mayor of Riviera Beach, is out, defeated in a landslide by political newcomer Ronnie Felder. And Masters is not the only incumbent who came up short tonight. Ari Height joins us live at City Hall with the details. Ari?
Now, there are going to be plenty of new faces here at City Hall in Riviera Beach. If you had any question as to how much people in Riviera Beach wanted change, all you have to do is look at this year's elections. Ronnie Felder walked into his watch party just as the numbers were posted, kicking off his celebration as the new mayor of Riviera Beach.
Just grateful walking in here seeing those numbers. Gotta give me a minute.
On the other side of town, the mood was far different at a watch party for incumbent Thomas Masters.
I've always said let the people speak, and the people have spoken. Masters
has been the mayor in Riviera Beach since 2007, serving 6 terms. There will not be a 7th. Felder is a political newcomer. He says he believes his time as a pastor at Jesus and You Outreach Ministries led him to this day.
I was working in this community way before I thought about working for mayor. I think the people showed up and showed us that tonight.
Felder's win was part of a pattern in Riviera Beach. Aside from the mayor, 3 members of council were also up for re-election. They all lost.
It was a sweep for change. So, I was one of those got caught up in that sweep.
And Felder looks at that sweep as a message. This city is ready for change. He says his top priority, making that change together.
We need to come together as a council, as a board, bring healing to this community, and let's make it happen, man.
Well, I mentioned those 3 incumbent city council members who also lost. Let's run through those results. One of those was in District 1. That's where Lynn Hubbard was easily defeated by Tradrick McCoy. In District 3, incumbent Tanya Davis Johnson was beaten by Shirley Lanier. And in District 5, the incumbent there was Terrence Davis. He did not qualify for the runoff tonight. Instead, Douglas Lawson is the winner in that election. And as for Mayor Masters, I asked him, well, what's next for him? Well, at first he joked he'd just like to get a good night's sleep. And then he said, he's been the pastor of a local church for quite some time. He will continue to do that. But he also said that if anybody in the new regime needs any help, he says he'll only be a phone call away. That's the very latest reporting live in Riviera Beach. Ari Height, Wpbf 25 News.
Ari, thank you. And now to Lake Worth. Herman Robinson won the commission seat for District 4 with 69% of the vote. And in West Palm Beach, Richard Riles won commission seat District 3. WPBF 25 News is your election headquarters.
So for all the results, head to our website, WPBF.com, or download the WPBF 25 News app. We'll send you push alerts with any new details on these races. Mike?
All right, Todd, all quiet across South Florida now, but tomorrow, gusty winds, really strong winds on Thursday, and a couple of showers as well as we go through a dramatic change in the weather pattern. Again, tonight across Palm Beach County, some showers offshore. Onshore, it's relatively calm right now, 73 degrees. The winds really doing nothing. But in about 12 to 15 hours, low pressure sets up just east of Florida, high pressure to our northwest. That produces a very strong pressure gradient, and the winds will be a big issue across the area come tomorrow and continuing through Thursday. Here's an example. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., sustained winds not bad, running 10 to 15 miles per hour, but look how quickly the winds pick up. Again, these are not gusts. These are sustained winds. By tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, those winds 20, 25 miles per hour. The gust at times on Wednesday and especially Thursday could top 40 miles per hour. That's going to lead to all sorts of problems. Minor beach erosion, especially during the high tide cycles. First high tide around 2:03 in the morning. Another one tomorrow afternoon around 2 p.m. Surf running 9 to 11 feet, maybe 19 feet in the Gulf Stream. And of course, the small craft advisory continues in effect. And oh yeah, rain is in the mix too. We'll talk about that when I'm back with South Florida's certified most accurate forecast in a couple minutes.
Mike, thank you. Tonight, an exclusive look at the woman arrested in the prostitution sting targeting a Hobe Sound massage parlor as she walks out of jail.
The suspect was in court today and she walked away with lesser charges. Investigative reporter Terry Parker joins us at the Breaking News Center with the exclusive details. Terry?
One of the women who investigators say was working in the Bridge Day Spa in Hobe Sound accepted a plea deal today that wiped out 3 of the 4 charges against her and downgraded the remaining racketeering charge to a lesser felony. And only we have video of her leaving jail. Flanked by her bail bondsman, Lee Ping Wang Borja left the Martin County Jail with a jacket covering her head after pleading no contest or guilty to just 1 lesser charge. Martin County prosecutors dropping 3 charges of money laundering, engaging in prostitution, and use of a structure for prostitution. They downgraded a racketeering charge to deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution. It carries a sentence from no time in jail up to 15 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Meantime, prosecutors in Palm Beach County filed formal charges against the owner-operators of the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter. Li Wang and Hua Zhang, now formally charged with deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution, maintaining a house for prostitution, renting space for prostitution, and 25 counts of soliciting a person for prostitution. One of those 25 who was charged with soliciting sex acts, New England's Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Kraft, who has turned down a plea deal today, pleading not guilty and now saying he wants a trial by jury. At the same time, his lawyers are trying to make sure surveillance video that police say shows him receiving sex acts is not released. Kraft did release an apologetic statement over the weekend. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell asked tonight if the NFL's personal policy conduct code requires them to suspend Kraft. Goodell saying the code applies to everyone, but it will be done after we get all the facts. And with that not guilty plea and the request for trial, Kraft's scheduled arraignment here on Thursday has been canceled. Todd?
Terry Parker, thanks, Terry. Next court date for Kraft, April 9th. As the legal process continues in a series of these local investigations, a local organization takes an important step forward in the fight against human trafficking.
House Bill 219 got approval today from the Criminal Justice Subcommittee in Tallahassee. The bill requires those convicted of solicitation of prostitution involving victims of human trafficking to serve a mandatory minimum jail term of 30 days. The founder of Catch the Wave of Hope helped formulate House Bill 219. President Donald Trump will be coming back to Palm Beach this weekend. Here's a live look at Palm Beach International Airport, where Air Force One is expected to land a little after 11 p.m. Thursday. The president will be staying at Mar-a-Lago through Sunday. The White House says the president will visit Lake Okeechobee on Friday to promote work on the Herbert Hoover Dike and a reservoir in the Everglades agricultural area.
Martin County School Board votes to suspend a bus aide for 4 days without pay for snatching a Make America Great Again hat right off a student's head. Surveillance video from the bus earlier this month caught Dolores Matheny first yelling at the 14-year-old Gunnar Johansson to take the hat off. Moments later, she grabbed it off his head. Tonight, Johansson's parents spoke to the school board on their son's behalf, pushing for the woman to be fired.
Michael and I are here as a voice for Gunnar and for all the other children, the children that rallied behind Gunnar that day, the children that knew that what she did was wrong, the children that supported him. And this goes on in our schools a lot. This is not an isolated incident, and I don't feel today that our voice was heard as much as the other side's voice.
Take it off.
Gunnar Johansson's parents say they have not discussed taking further legal action in this case. Several people previously came forward speaking on Matheny's behalf, saying she has apologized for her behavior and should not lose her job. New tonight, Florida teachers who voluntarily go through firearms training and mental health evaluation could soon be able to legally carry firearms in the classroom.
A new bill has been approved by the State Senate Committee. Teachers would only be eligible for the Guardian program if their local school board approves and they meet the other criteria. The legislation was drafted in response to the Parkland massacre, where 17 people were killed at Stoneman Douglas High School. Today, Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee in Washington, D.C. on red flag laws, which are designed to stop a potential mass shooter before they take that action. It's a law that makes it easier for law enforcement to take away guns from people considered a danger to themselves or others.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning to speak with you about what I believe is probably the one of the most important issue in the United States right now, and that's the high level of violence that's taken human lives.
Bradshaw says red flag laws should be used as an important tool to keep the community safe, but it should not be the only tool used. This comes as the new federal ban on bump stocks takes effect today. Those gun attachments allow shooters to fire semi-automatic rifles continuously with only one pull of the trigger.
Fire investigators say an apartment fire that raced through 6 units in Port St. Lucie was an accident. A pot of hot oil was left on a stove by somebody who noticed the fire when they got home. Fire department crews responded to the apartments on Southeast Hillmore Drive just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. The Red Cross is now assisting 6 families in all. Several dogs and cats were also rescued from the flames.
An investigation is underway after a fatal train accident in Fort Pierce. Police say Clarence Taylor was struck by the train at the FEC Railroad crossing near the Taylor Creek Bridge while he and his fiancee were on the railroad tracks. As the northbound train approached them, the conductor sounded the horn. Taylor's fiancee jumped into the water and out of the path of the oncoming train.
A Palm Beach County man faces charges for attacking his mother for the most bizarre of motives. Sheriff's deputies say Mikkel Denker attacked the 73-year-old woman Monday when he became angry because she wouldn't dress his mannequin. Deputies say they found Dankner's mother bleeding from the face. She told them her son hit her over the head with a kitchen stool. Tonight, she tells us that's not what happened. She says her son was taking pictures of the dressed-up mannequin for a music video and never asked her to dress it.
No, it's because I wouldn't stay there while he photographed and wanted me in the picture. He wanted me company to stay with him while he did this thing. You know, maybe change the hands or whatever, but I had nothing to do with dressing them.
Dankner says the 9 stitches in her face came from being hit by a cup that her son broke and threw, not from him beating her with that stool. The judge ordered Dankner to have a mental health evaluation and to have no contact with his mother. Next at 11, the stunning turn of the case against actor Jussie Smollett as prosecutors drop all charges.
Plus, the stunt to show off a $250,000 car ends in a wreck.
And why you will not want to ignore the new system upgrade for your iPhone. You're watching WPBF 25 News.
Hey, Treasure Coast, it's me, Dr. Oz. I'm coming back to see you. It's time to live your best life. Come to the WPBF 25 Health and Wellness Festival at the Port St. Lucie Civic Center. It's completely reimagined with more space, less lines, and more opportunities to meet with local health and wellness experts. We'll have insightful seminars, cash giveaways, and fun for the entire family. Plus, meet your favorite news team. Come see me at the WPBF 25 Health and Wellness Festival, April the 6th.
3 new Nissans, 2 powerful Titans, 1 award-winning lineup. Save big on all of it at Nissan now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. Save big on Altima with intelligent all-wheel drive. Hurry in and experience why more people are loving Nissan now.
Get a low $239 per month lease on Altima or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current competitive owners get 21% below MSRP on most Equinox models when financing with GM Financial. That's over $8,300 on this Equinox.
Discover gold with the $15 million Gold Rush Special Edition Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery, the newest member of the Gold Rush Classic Scratch-Off family. It's your ticket.
Claim it! There's a few points we still want to touch on.
Right, I paid 53.
The schedule seems reasonable.
Is everything all right?
Alex left her cello in my car.
Hello?
We're getting kicked out of the room. We're going to have to call you back. We're back.
Moving on to page 40.
The 7-passenger Infiniti QX60.
We don't have any issues on the planning committee.
Luxury should be lived.
Let's move on to the next page.
Lease the Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
You're watching WPBF 25 News at 11.
In a surprising twist today, Chicago prosecutors dropped all charges against actor Jussie Smollett.
Both Chicago's mayor and police superintendent lashed out as the actor walks away from charges that he lied to police about a hate crime that they determined was a hoax. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest.
Jussie Smollett's record will be wiped clean. The 16 felony charges against the Empire actor dropped.
And not for a moment was it in vain. I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one.
That surprise deal blindsiding and angering the city's mayor and top cop, who both stand by the investigation.
Do I think justice was served? No. Where do I think justice is? I think this city is still owed an apology.
This is a whitewash of justice. In the end of the day, it's Mr. Smollett that committed this false claim.
Chicago police accused Smollett of lying to investigators and staging his attack. Back in January, Smollett told police 2 men attacked him using racial and homophobic slurs and putting a noose around his neck. But after investigating, police said Smollett orchestrated the attack, insisting they had plenty of evidence to prove Smollett lied, including the testimony of 2 brothers who said he paid them with this $3,500 check. Those men later spotted on camera buying supplies for the attack.
Mr. Smollett is still saying that he is innocent. Is there no decency in this man?
Tuesday, even prosecutors acknowledging they still don't believe his story, saying they dropped the charges to focus on violent crime.
This was not an exoneration. To say that he was exonerated by us or anyone else is not true.
Under the deal, Smollett did 16 hours of community service with Jesse Jackson's Push Coalition. He also forfeited his $10,000 bond. The FBI is still investigating. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, do you love expensive cars? Maybe you should look away, because this video shows a driver crashing a $250,000 Italian sports car right into a brick wall. It happened at a supercar demonstration of a new Lamborghini in London. The driver can be seen briefly showing off that high-priced car. After the show, stunned spectators then saw this. That stunning new gray paint job. The car was zipping down the street. He lost control of the car, trying to avoid oncoming traffic, and boom. It will not be cheap to repair, neither will the driver's ego. But he is okay.
I know that was difficult for you to watch.
I'm not going to look at it again ever. Another scare involving Boeing's troubled airliner now is Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 made an emergency landing today in Orlando because of an engine problem on its way to be stored until the model's problems are addressed.
The FAA says the crew declared an emergency after takeoff from Orlando International Airport just before 3 this afternoon. No passengers were on board, just the 2 pilots. They had planned to fly to Victorville, where Southwest is storing its MAXs. Just recently, the FAA grounded all Boeing 737 MAX 8s while the company tries a software fix that may be behind 2 deadly crashes in 5 months. Meanwhile, a widespread computer outage left many airline passengers stranded today. That issue has since been resolved. The outage impacted major airlines like American, Alaska Air, and JetBlue. It struck a reservation and booking system used by those airlines. Some passengers couldn't check in. Others couldn't even board their planes. Wow. Well, a show dog that had been missing at Atlanta's massive airport since Saturday has been found.
Can you imagine? The American Staffordshire Terrier was in Georgia for a competition this weekend. That's its handler. As the dog's kennel was being loaded onto a flight to Amsterdam, KLM Airlines employees somehow lost the dog. An airport team finally found her by setting up traps with a treat. It was chicken from an airport restaurant.
We're really, well, it's missing a family member for us. We don't have any children. The dogs are our children.
I get that. KLM released a statement thanking everybody at the airport who helped them find the dog.
Aww.
Well, signs of spring are all around, and now there's nowhere better to see it than in our nation's capital. The world-famous cherry blossoms will be in full bloom to start April. That's in less than a week. The National Park Service predicts a slightly earlier peak bloom of the cherry trees than originally expected. Experts say temperatures in the 70s this weekend will help the trees reach peak bloom by Monday. April 1st is just a few days earlier than the average peak bloom, and that's no fooling. But it is right in the middle of the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C., which runs until April 14th.
And it is, I mean, as you know, you live there.
Spectacular. I saw it once. It's amazing.
It's everything it's cracked up to be if you go and see it around the tidal basin.
Yeah,
It really is.
both brothers live there, and I've gone many times just to go see it then. It's always packed.
And you take pictures.
It's so beautiful.
The forecast this weekend, you're right, temperatures will be in the 70s, and so just about perfect. Our forecast, not as nice. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's begin with a look outside. At the moment, it's all good. There are some lightning off in the distance, some storms continuing to develop, but at Jupiter right now, partly cloudy skies, current temperature 71. Notice the winds, nothing at the moment. 24 hours from now, hold on to your hat because the wind is going to be blowing, to say the least. Right now, temperatures 60s and 70s across the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Around 7 o'clock tonight, some strong storms went through Boca, Delray, a little bit of Boynton Beach. Those showers continue to pop, but again, all the activity is offshore and continuing to move away. Here's a look at our first alert Doppler radar. First, for the Treasure Coast, you can see the isolated showers. And again, over the next hour or two, if you look off toward the east, you may see a flash of lightning. Definitely quite a bit of lightning here. This is the same cluster that moved through the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast around 7 o'clock tonight. So overnight, we'll see a few isolated showers, but the best chance for some noisemakers, some boomers, so to speak, would be offshore. Isolated showers across South Florida as you head off to work and school on Wednesday morning. Maybe a little better chance of some quick moving, and I mean quick, around noontime, and then again tomorrow night around 7 o'clock. The bigger story tomorrow, and especially Thursday, the gusty winds. Northwest winds sustained 20 to 25, wind gusts approaching 40, perhaps even stronger as we head into Thursday. Here's a look at the rain chances, by the way. Again, tomorrow, the best chance of rain. Thursday, not as much. We'll see isolated showers. And here's the best news. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just about perfect weather, no wind, no rain, and really comfortable temperatures. It will be a bit cooler tomorrow, 76 on Wednesday, 77 Thursday. High on Friday, about 80 Saturday, the same. And again, the weekend is looking good. So stand by for changes, as we say, because the weather is going through some big ones over the next couple of days. Tonight, partly cloudy, scattered showers mostly offshore. Temperature about 76. Tomorrow's high, exactly the same, but the big story, the big headline, the winds from the northwest, 15 to 25 sustained, and gusts even higher. And of course, that produces all sorts of problems for boating. Small craft advisory, seas up to 11 feet. Rip current risk is high. And during the high tide cycle, beach erosion, we could see it at the area beaches. Meanwhile, temperatures, again on Wednesday and Thursday, a little cooler. Look at Friday. The winds slow down. High temperature of 80. Saturday and Sunday, just about perfect. Next week, especially Tuesday, stay tuned. Could be interesting. The potential for some heavy rain. And that is your weather.
All right, Mike, thank you. In our State of Addiction coverage, the Oklahoma Attorney General's office reaches a $270 million settlement with Purdue Pharmaceuticals.
It's all over OxyContin. The State Attorney General accused the OxyContin maker of aggressively marketing the opioid painkiller and fueling the drug epidemic that left thousands of Americans dead in that state. The settlement money will be used to help establish a national addiction treatment and research center at Oklahoma State University. It also provides addiction treatment and opioid rescue medication to the center. Will also help cities and counties in the state of Oklahoma deal with the opioid crisis.
Well, we have all been there. A system upgrade pops up on your smartphone and you ignore it.
And you let it go, and you let it go. But iPhone users should not wait to update to the new iOS because iOS 12.2 is full of security fixes. Of the 51 fixes, the most notable now prevents malicious applications from recording your surroundings by accessing your phone's microphone. The new operating system also pauses FaceTime calls when you leave the app. It's all about your safety. We'll be right back.
Mike Lyons, 28 years, forecasting South Florida's weather.
New tonight, from balloon booms to a toilet paper tornado.
That was my wrestling name.
Science Bob thrills Jimmy. Plus Hellboy's David Harbour. Amazing. Kimmel, new tonight on ABC. And next week, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live, Vegas Week.
Two powerful Titans, one award-winning lineup. Save big on all of it at Nissan now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. Save big on Rogue with Safety Shield 360. Hurry in and experience why more people are loving Nissan now.
Lease the Rogue family for $199 per month or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now.
$80,000. $550,000.
$3.1 million. Why do we care about the money at Steiger's Going Green? Because we care about the people.
After an accident, money helps families afford to stay in their homes.
It gets injured children the medical care that they need. And it helps people rebuild their lives.
Money matters.
Money matters. Money matters.
Money can't change the past, but it can help you move forward.
Money matters. How much can Steiger, Isco, and Green get you?
800-561-1111.
Ford is built for spring. So if you want low financing and big cash back on the SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty, get a Ford. If you want to save more on the brand with more SUVs on the road today, get a Ford. If you want the best deal of the season, get a Ford during the Ford Spring Sales Event. Now, get an Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash, only at your local Ford dealer.
The only way to find the edge is to go over it. Tap into your inner eagle. Yingling Traditional Lager. Spread your wings.
Affordable German-engineered cars and SUVs are on sale this week at the world's largest automaker, Volkswagen. Like the new Volkswagen Jetta with an updated interior and tons of tech for $159 a month, or the longer and wider 7-passenger Tiguan, just $179 a month. Or sign, then drive with 0 down on any new Volkswagen. And every new VW comes with America's best 6-year, 72,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Shop VWFlorida.com.
NASA just scrapped plans for the first ever all-female spacewalk, all because of all things, the availability of spacesuits.
Yeah, the size of it. Astronauts Anne McClain and Christina Koch were scheduled to perform the spacewalk, but NASA says there won't be enough of the correctly sized spacesuits ready in time. Instead, NASA astronaut Nick Hague will take McClain's place as he will install lithium-ion batteries for a pair of solar arrays on the International Space Station. She will then get her turn. She's scheduled to join Hague on a different spacewalk. UFC champion Conor McGregor announces his retirement.
Maybe. This is the second time in the past 3 years he's done it, which has fans questioning if the angry Irishman is actually done fighting. McGregor tweeted, "Hey guys, quick announcement. I decided to retire from the sport formerly known as mixed martial arts, and today I wish all my old colleagues well going forward in competition." The 30-year-old announced similar plans in 2016 when he was in a dispute with the mixed martial arts promotion company UFC. Earlier this month, McGregor was arrested for that altercation at a Miami hotel. Witnesses say the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion slapped a cell phone out of somebody's hand who was trying to take his picture and then destroyed the phone. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. You're watching WPBF 25 News at 11.
Thanks for making us South Florida's #1 morning news.
It's Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event with new SUVs from $209 a month. The best SUV brand for 2019. Save on the sporty HR-V. It's surprisingly spacious with smart technology for $209 a month. The CR-V, KBB.com's best buy of the year for $249 a month. Or the full-size 7-passenger Pilot for only $299 a month. Get the best SUVs for less than the competition at your local Honda dealer.
South Florida, Honda has it.
At South Palm Orthopedics, we are serious about your orthopedic needs. Meet Dr. Brian Coleman, specializing in foot and ankle surgery. His expertise ranges from treatment of various foot and ankle sports injuries to reconstructive surgeries of complex deformities. In Palm Beach County, Dr. Coleman is the most experienced surgeon performing total ankle arthroplasty, an excellent treatment option for ankle arthritis. Trust us for your complete orthopedic care.
This is your invitation to unforgettable, to unrivaled, to be our guest. We invite you to more than an exceptionally crafted vehicle. We invite you to an exceptionally crafted experience.